Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Portico Pendant 138940. Awesome pendant. You know, one of the reasons I like this, we have a lot of linear pendants that are 42 inches long because 80% of all the American dining tables or dining tables in America are about 72 to 84 inches. So you'll notice a lot of our pendants tend to be about 42 inches long. This one is 42 inches long, but it's only hanging from one stem. And the reason why that's important is a lot of people have slope ceiling issues where they can't use some of the other pendants that have two stems going up. This one is going to be slope ceiling adaptable. It's got a little knuckle built right here, right there, that allows this to be slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. So this can pretty much go anywhere on any slope. It doesn't determine where the table is going to be going under that slope. So moving on from there, why don't we talk about the size of this to begin with. So we're going to be talking about the body of the fixture to begin with. That's going to be the bottom part, not including the telescoping rods I just had. 12 inches high, and this is really that kind of cage that's going around it. That's the body of the fixture. 12 inches high, 42 inches long, 19 inches deep. So again, this is going to be perfect for a 72-inch table. You might be able to get it over a 60-inch table, but it's going to be a little tight. So 72, 84, possibly even a 96 if you want to go there. Lots of other applications as well. Now, let's get into the adjustable ranges. Now we're talking about overall height, from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture itself. If you guys are familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a patent on the whole telescoping rod idea in the lighting industry. And so this is a smaller stem that's telescoping into a larger pipe, and there's a little set screw right there. You can barely see it. And what happens is during your installation, when you get this where you want it to be, you know, how high or low over the table, you're going to be using a little hex wrench to tighten that screw up, and it's going to lock this into place so it can't go higher or lower. This piece is going to be available in 3 different lengths. That gives you 3 different adjustable ranges to play with. And let's talk about those ranges. So now we're talking about from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. The short is going to be letting you go anywhere from 23.2 to 29.3. The standard is 29 to 40.3, and the long is 40 to 61.5. If you need this shorter than the short, so let's say you need this from the ceiling down shorter than 23.2 or longer than the long, which is 61.5, email me, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. We spell out the word Vermont. Tell me what you're looking for. I can send that through to customs. It'll come back, and we can get a quote for you. I do customs every single day, even on Sundays when I'm not supposed to be here. So, but I come in anyway. Anyway, let's move on and talk about a couple more things. So we talked about the knuckle on the top that makes the slope ceiling adaptable. This is going to be using a 5-inch round canopy that's going to go over a 4-inch J-box. If you guys are taking out a hi-hat with the recessed lights, those can lights, I've talked about a product out in the market called the can converter. Just Google the can converter. That will convert any of those recessed lights into a junction box without any big rewiring, no plaster work to do, no ripping out of anything. So check it out if you're in that situation. Let's move on to something else. So if I really want to be able to show you how all this kind of comes together, and a great way to do that is to show you the installations instructions, the same ones that would be in the box when you get this. So over on the right hand side of your screen, if you're on the page for this on our website, Handmade in Vermont, under those little pull down menus, scroll down a little bit, and there's going to be a hyperlink, and it's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So click on that for me. You're going to see a big diagram pop up, a couple of pages. You can just scroll down on that. It's a PDF, and it'll show you like how these adjustable ranges work. It's going to show you how the canopy works on your ceiling. It's going to show you the glass, how it fits onto the sockets and all that kind of stuff. Lots of information there, so it's a good idea to use that if you can do that for me. Okay, so let's move on from there, and let's talk about what's in it as far as lamping goes. So these are going to be using medium base sockets, porcelain socket from Hubbardton Forge. You've seen these all your life. We used them. They're going to be using just a regular screw-in bulb that's very easy to get. You can use up to 60 watts in each of these if you guys want to. There's 6 of them. Hubbardton recommends what's called a CA10, and a CA10 is basically kind of a flame-tipped light bulb. And they're always going to limit you to 60 watts because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. So you'll notice it's kind of a flame tip, and it's skinny enough that this can get into the glass, right? However, there's another bulb that I like to use a lot. It's called a T10, so T for Tom and then 10. So it's kind of the shape and size of a hot dog. And these are generally used in exit signs. You can get them easily in any hardware store because there's exit signs all over the place that always need light bulbs. You can get it in LED on Amazon or in those same stores. You can get it as an incandescent, generally up to 60 watts. And this, not only does it nicely fit into the glass, but what I like about it is it kind of brings the light all the way up instead of keeping it way down at the bottom. So to me, it gives a nice more overall light. Easy to find, easy to get, not expensive, comes in LED. It's a dimmable fixture, so you can get these dimmable if you guys want to. You just have to make sure it says that. You can also often find if you're doing LED, your color choice. So some people want the warmer 2700 Kelvin, that's the warm light. Some people want the 3000, 4000, 5000 Kelvin, that is the brighter white light. So kind of keep that stuff in mind. Why don't we go from there and talk about finishes, because it's kind of tricky on this guy. When you go back over to the right hand side and see the pull down menus, choose your finish and choose your accent. So the finish on this for the fixture is going to be the socket cluster where you see all the glass, right? And then you'll notice that the stem kind of goes through that KG box and goes into that socket cluster and goes all the way up to the canopy, which is here. So that's going to be all one finish. And then the second finish is going to be the cage itself that's going around this whole thing. I have customers that like to do it all in one finish. I have customers that like to do contrast, where they have the inner one a darker finish like dark smoke and the outer one a brighter finish like vintage platinum. I also have people that like to do the opposite of that. So they like to do vintage platinum inside, darker one outside. You really get to customize this to your delight. So spend some time on our Finishes Help Guide, which we're going to talk about now. If you're on our website again, Finishes Help Guide is in the red tabs over on the left-hand side, so click on that for me. There's going to be a video at the top of that of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how translucent finishes can look on heavy forging. This does not have a lot of heavy forging. So when you scroll down, there's a chart, and the chart has 10 different finishes. You'll notice there's pictures of the letter A on them, there are pictures of the letter B on them, and that's going to show you that range I mentioned a second ago. This fixture is going to be more in line with the pictures of the B on them for boys, so it's going to be more uniform. All talked about it in that video up above, so watch the video, use that chart. When you guys are done with that, go back down to that chart again, and you can click on any of those pictures that have the letters A on them or B's on them, and a bigger picture will pop up with samples of whatever you guys just clicked on. So if you clicked on dark smoke, big window pops up, it's got like 5 or 6 things in dark smoke, natural iron, vintage platinum, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So use that chart if you can to get a really good idea of what this is like. So moving on, let's talk about glass. So you're going to have 2 different types of glass you can use on this. You can use this opaque glass, which is called opal. It's a white glass. Or you can use what's called seeded clear, and that's going to be a clear glass with little tiny air bubbles in it. And don't forget, if you're going to be using the seeded clear one, you're going to be able to see the bulb. So you have to kind of think about what you want to put into this that you want to see. Do you want to see a flame tip? Do you want to see this tubular one? If you do the opaque, you're not going to see it. If you're going to use the clear, you're going to see it. So kind of keep that in mind if you can. And FYI, these little guys also come in things like that too. So they actually do come in LED. So they're not just available in incandescent. So after that, I think we talked about pretty much all the things we need to talk about. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii, and there's no tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer does that. Some bigger items, mostly things on pallets, are not coming back to final sale. So we'll always tell you about that ahead of time. It'll be noted on our site. We also offer a rush program. Rush takes you from Hubbardton Forge's normal 3 to 4 weeks in production time. We can whittle that down to a little under 2 weeks in production time. It's very inexpensive, so just contact me about that if you want details. And then let's talk about our showroom. Our showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have a What's on Display page back over in the left-hand side, so Click on that What's on Display page. It's going to show you everything we have on the floor to look at any given time. There's over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures here. The place is just packed with them. Hubbardton uses this as their showroom in Vermont. They don't have any showroom up here. They'll just send you right here. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6, and I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, 802-446-2400. Email us again, 24 hours a day. Everybody else does. Sales at HandmadeInVermont.com, and it's a great way to communicate because I can send you links, we can go back and forth, I can send you a quote, all of those kind of things. So I think that kind of covers everything. We also have a clearance center here in our showroom, and clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. You got to come here to use it. It's returns, discontinued stuff, and showroom samples. So a definite reason to visit us. So now I think we're about done. If I forgot anything, let me know. Thanks for stopping in today. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.